this was the first ever recce I've been on, and none of the films that I've done in the past have I required to do a costume recce. Mani sir got me a researcher to, a historian of sorts, to help me understand the world, and he and I traveled to Tanjavur. And I spent a couple of days there. I met weavers there. I saw sculptures. I saw, the temples, and understood everything. And I started taking these pictures and, building my set of notes just to understand wealth or richness that you probably talk about, the golden era of our Chola dynasty. I realized that my first important job was to get the correct people on board and to form a team that can deliver the scale that we need.
Working with Mani Ratnam sir is like a dream come true. I don't think we at Kishandas or myself as Pratiksha, we even dreamt about it. So we were told that this is from the Chola era. A lot of research, even before Eka contacted us, was already done by Madras Talkies and Eka regarding how the look should be, like, what type of each character, what type of hairstyles they had, and they gave us some sketches which had showed the grandeur of every character. So we sort of knew that how much jewelry we are supposed to make.
This was the first time when we discussed that it shouldn't be something where the clothes are overpowering, but they need to be something that gives everyone or helps everyone become the character that they are playing. We wanted silks, and we wanted kanjivarams, and we wanted everything heritage, the richness of our weaves. We will play down any kind of surface ornamentation and let the weaves do the magic. That was the approach we decided to take.
You see a sculpture, of somebody wearing a necklace, but actually what that necklace is made of, we don't know. But we did a research of some trade routes at those times. Surely today that is Burma. That area was connected to the Chola kingdom. So we know that rubies came from there, and the Golconda region where uncut diamonds were available. So as jewelers, we did that research for the raw material that could be available at that time.
When we started doing the look test, the fabrics that we wanted to use were really expensive. My team and I would make garments out of muslin, which was like our sample pieces. We used to make this, attach artificial silk borders just to see, have our drapes done. It's only after we liked what form we got with the muslin is when we took silk and we made it on silk, and then we started calling the actors. So before the actors came in, we already had around 20-30 rounds, I think, of look tests that were already done.
So the first look test I did with Eka was only placement jewelry. So we did jewelry for hairstyles and like jewelry for arms and the belts and all that is something that we had to really work closely with the costume department and with the hair and makeup department.
मणि सर को इतना मेकअप नहीं चाहिए था, जितना रियलिस्टिक हो उतना चाहिए था। पीरियड है वो, तो उनके बाल कैसे होने चाहिए, वॉरियर से, तो उनके बेयर बॉडी पे कितने स्कार होने चाहिए, लेकिन जो भी है रियलिस्टिक लगना चाहिए।
When I was introduced to the Maniam illustrations, and these illustrations just cleared so much more for me. I kind of understood how our three women, who are all royalty, especially a Kundavai and a Nandini, how could they look different? For me, the most difficult was to crack these two characters, especially for that face-off scene. It's when they both come in their full glory in front of public, wearing all their wealth, and they still had to look very beautiful, but very, very different.
I think we worked especially hard on the Kundavai bun. We did 3-4 look tests specifically for it, and there was 2 different kinds of buns. So if it was like a little joyous occasion, it'll be a slightly bigger bun, and this is slightly the regular scenes, we'd have a smaller bun. And hats off to my hairdresser for this, because you will not believe it. She actually got a mannequin, and she was rehearsing by herself on how the bun should come, and we had a nice team from Bombay for it. So it was very intricate. Like, once you place the bun, you have to like take your original hair and swirl it around the bun, and then there's jewelry on top of it. Sometimes there are flowers on top of it for, like, say, a coronation scene or an occasion in the film.
For Trisha, we did pieces that were more statement, wherein Nandini's character was something that she's married to a rich man, so her pieces were more flamboyant and showy looking. We don't know whether it's the Chola emblem which is there on the ring, whether it's a carved ring, whether it's a there's a gemstone in it. First, they gave us the picture of the emblem, what they want, with the two palm trees, and they gave us a small drawing of the emblem. So first we tried carving it and making it out of a die cast. So when the first die piece came, it's not something that a king would have or wear, or some royal person would have. We've made that ring in ivory color, in enamel. We got it enameled with gold. We've used rubies around it, and then we made a mock, and then we showed it to Mani sir, and then he said it was good, and then we made it in real, because to make a ring of that type, it would take 1.5 to 2 months to make.
For the women, I had another designer, Saisha Shinde, who helped me make corsets to give a very good form to the body, because silk is a heavy fabric. You will not get a very nice form in silk if it is left loose. So we kind of adapted a Western way where we made corseted outfits, and then we put the drape on top of it. So for the women, we did that. For the men, we wanted more flow at the bottom. So when there is movement, when there is action, when it is anything, you get a lot of life. For Vikram sir, we wanted to show something that was really masculine, something very brave, something very aggression that came about, ready to kill. We've used tiger as our main symbol, and we actually have like a tiger face or his thigh guard, and we have used some little fur on the shoulder pads. The whole look, we've given him a very courageous, a warrior look, warrior king look. For when it came to Ponniyin Selvan, for him, we wanted to have a war armor, but at the same time not be so hard, a little more softer. So he's an elephant whisperer in the film. So we've used tusks as his, motifs on his chest plate, which is very beautiful. And for Karthi, Vandhyadevan, he's a traveler. He's always on the move. So his armor couldn't be a hard armor. It has to be a softer armor, especially when it came for Sarat sir. His character was really flamboyant. He was someone who was very proud of his money. So his armor is really a grand armor. Like, it's an armor which has sheen on it. It has multiple layers of designs on it. And we also jeweled him a lot with his armors. So I think the armors make the men look come alive. We had our base in Mumbai. The other team, Malini and Themis and all were in Chennai. So eventually, just like the Chola dynasty, I feel we were fully spread out, like north to south. And it was only because I could manage to build a team of so many experts in their own field.
तो ये पूरा एक टीम वर्क है, वो टीम वर्क का रिजल्ट फिल्म में दिखता है.